where hot rodding and romance still coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to my very first cooking live stream in a good minute for picking up the pieces. It's been a good minute since we've done this, but here we are, getting ready to do this. Folks, this will be the first cooking live stream that I have done since Princess Faye left. Hello, Spirit Wolf Ian. Hello, Elias. I'm going to tell y'all, this is going to be a tough one for me. Okay? Very first one since Princess Faye left. So, as best as we can do, I am doing all right. As well as anyone can expect. So we're going to get this party started. This is, again, the very first one. What am I cooking? Well, we're going to get to that. Hang tight. Oh, thank you so much, Elias. We're going to get to that. Tonight, we're going to do kind of a simple pasta dish. But at the same time, it's going to go in stages, all right? Really quick. Normally, I have this better set up, but basically, I've got some cut ziti right here in a box, and I don't like to keep pasta in a box. Now, if it comes in a plastic bag, I don't mind keeping it on the shelf for, months on end. The problem is that I don't like to keep box pasta like this on the shelf for months on end, because if you keep it on the shelf for months on end, the box allows moisture to go in and out, and it doesn't cook up as nice if you let it sit on the shelf. So I like to keep bag pasta for long-term storage whenever I'm, whenever when I'm stockpiling food, okay? Which I do that. I do stockpile food. So currently I've got, so good question. So we're going to do a cut ziti tonight. And while we're at it, we're going to cook some other stuff that's going to go in with the ziti. We're going to do like a simple kind of like, I know normally whenever people do pasta here in the United States, they just coat it. Just cover it with a tomato sauce. And usually that tomato sauce, that heavy tomato sauce, they slap onto this. Well, don't do that. That's actually not what spaghetti is for. From what I understand, that had something to do with like Italian immigrants in the early 1900s. Tabor and Zelda are actually doing okay. Zelda's being a little pain in my ass, but that's just normal. So if you guys are following along, there really is no recipe per se. All we're doing is just a simple pasta dish, okay? And I'll walk you through all the stages. Here in the forefront, we've got basically a simple Dutch oven that's kind of a cast iron. We've used it here on the channel numerous times. And I'll scoot this where you guys can maybe see a little bit better because I am not as important, okay? Toilet's got a crappy outlook on life, and the bath, it's keeping it clean, It's keeping it clean. Oh, both made pasta. All right. Well, mine's probably going to be a little bit different. Pixie, welcome to the live stream. Pixie is one of my dear friends from TikTok. She cheered me up quite a bit. I don't know if she knows it, but she's cheered me up quite a bit. Yeah, Elias is just out there. So currently right now, he just likes to have fun with everybody. And, it's just something he'll just randomly ask how this is and how that is. That's just him. So over here, basically I've got an aluminum skillet, and I'm going to get just a plastic spatula of my liking, which I was looking for these earlier. Son of a bitch. All right. I'm just going to get a plastic spatula of my liking. We're just going to set that off to the side. We're going to need that in a minute. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start heating up this little cast iron skillet. Oh, I'm not cast iron. I'm not using cast iron today. And basically, I've got some yellow peppers here. Yellow peppers that we're going to do kind of a sweat. Now, if you don't know what a sweat is, basically we're going to lightly cook these. We're not looking for a lot of sizzle, but we're looking to bring on some flavor and drive out the moisture, concentrating the flavor. So we're going to get down our good old friend. Yep. We're going to get down our friend, kosher salt. Okay. In this household, we use kosher salt. Now, the reason why we use mushroom and onions had no peppers. Okay. Now, I did not bother to pick up Parmesan cheese. Normally, I would freshly grate Parmesan cheese for something like this. Normally, but that's not what we did this time. Normally, I would do that. And this time, we're going to do something a little different. Imitation bacon bits. Now, for those of you who are vegan, okay, really quick, imitation bacon bits do not actually, they're not actually, meat product. They're soy based. So for those of you who are vegan, perfect. Bacon and pasta, yes. We've done actual homemade bacon bits, the real ones in pasta dishes before. Whenever you can actually do like a bacon flavored vinaigrette, and then you pour it over your pasta, add in bacon, and of course the Parmesan cheese and maybe some cilantro. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. You guys want a coffee cup just like this? Never had it? All right. We might have to do that one night. Anyhow, if you want a coffee cup just like this, go over to the Teespring store and pick yourself up a coffee cup just like this. This is the Project Spirit logo. Yep, you can buy one for yourself. I forget the exact price that we set on that, but get on over there and get yourself a coffee cup, along with other merchandise that may be going the way of the dodo. Alrighty, so we're going to take and get ready to add in our vegetables. And again, this is just a sweat, okay? Now, we're not looking for a whole lot in the way of heat. We're not looking for a lot of sizzling, okay? If you hear the sizzling like I can hear right now, turn it down. It's too hot, okay? We're going to take some regular classic olive oil or cold-pressed olive oil. We're going to pour that right over it, okay? Not a lot to start with, because we're going to be adding in some actual garlic oil that I made, okay? We're going to add a little bit in. Not a lot, because we're going to need that for the pasta later. All right? So we're going to stir this around. And because we're trying to drive off a little bit of moisture with these yellow peppers, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add in a good heavy dash of salt, kosher salt, okay? Now, why kosher salt? Because dear old Prince Magnum, every time he has regular table salt, his heart starts doing this. Bad juju right there, okay? So we don't want that. Bad juju. We're just going to lightly stir this around, get it all coated up. And pretty satisfied with that. Just not satisfied with this big old honking spatula. Just not working out for me. We're going to have to get something a little bit smaller. There we go. I missed that in the chat. Yep. Most folks tend to forget that dear old Prince Magnum actually had a stroke about 10 years ago. Just a little bit before Princess May and I got together. All right. Fantastic. Okay. Now, this is about time that we will also keep on hand fresh ground black pepper. You can get this just about anywhere for a reasonable price. Got this from the local grocery store across town for just a couple of dollars. All righty. So, Over here, we've got our pot of water that's slowly coming to a boil. And this is definitely the time that I would suggest, because pasta is going to go in here. Eyeball it to the best of your ability, because I know what's going on, Chairman. Thank you so much for posting that to Discord. I appreciate that. Again, this is the first time I've done a cooking live stream since Princess Faye left. And see, that's still a little too warm. So we're going to turn that down just a little bit more. I do not want... We're not looking for a stir fry. That's a different episode. There you go. What's going on? Think different. I know a lot of folks are really... This is the moment that a lot of folks have been waiting for. Okay. Now, we're going to definitely need a retrieval bowl. Pineapple Pizza, welcome to the live stream. Man, a lot of folks coming in. This is a big, big moment for a lot of folks seeing me do a cooking stream. First one in a while. I know for a lot of you, this is kind of like... Mike G, welcome to the live stream. Cars, yeah, absolutely. Getting back to our roots, I guess you could say. I'm not going to lie, this is hard for me because there's no one to cook for. So this is very hard for me. This is only the fourth time I have cooked since Princess Faye has been gone. Every time I go to cook for her, I'll start to call for her. Absolutely. Yeah, you were telling me about that. How'd the college trip go? Was it college maybe worthwhile? We're gonna turn that down just a little bit more. We're not looking to bring on color. We're just looking to concentrate those flavors. Now, really quick, for those of you who do not know, you see me talk about the olive oil thing, okay? Classic olive oil or cold pressed olive oil or even light olive oil, perfect for cooking, okay? It can handle the heat. Extra virgin olive oil is not good for high heat. This is good for salad dressings, dips, things like that, okay? Definitely perfect for that. And because you wouldn't want to add heat to this anyways. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Pixie. All right, Mike G, that's what's up. So, again, this is super important for y'all to remember. But extra virgin olive oil has a low smoke point. So when you start applying high heat to this, it'll break down and start tasting funny, and it'll start smoking. So that's not good. This is where the classic olive oil or cold pressed olive oil comes into play. Okay, so I definitely suggest keeping both on hand. Now, really quick, if you run out of this, yes, that did make me smile. Now, if you do run out of this, you can use this in its place. As a matter of fact, I even suggest that if you can actually, when making a vinaigrette with classic olive oil, you can back off a couple of tablespoons, and augment it with bacon drippings, thus making a bacon-flavored salad dressing. Pretty cool, huh? Maybe we might have to do that episode. Have I used sunflower oil? Yes, when making homemade mayonnaise. But not for salad dressings. I've always just stuck to my olive oils for that, mainly because it's also heart friendly. And we are still waiting for this side to get to a full boil. But it's getting close. We're getting ridiculously close. Oh, that's looking great. We are going to have to back it off the heat soon. Smells amazing. I'm sorry I keep doing that to you guys. One of these days we'll work out the smell-o-vision here on the Prince Magnum channel. But in the meantime, y'all just going to have to trust me. This smells great. Now, this is about the time that I'm also going to throw in some dried cilantro. Smell of it. Some dried cilantro right now to bring on just a little bit more flavor, okay? You could use parsley if you would like, but I like cilantro every now and again. So we're going to add that in now. And of course, this will all go on our pasta the moment it's done. Fantastic. All right, I've got a bowl over here for retrieval. In just a moment, we're going to pull this off the heat. We're going to put it in the bowl, and we're just waiting right now for our water, for our pasta to get to a nice, decent boil. Fantastic. We're going to set this off over here. Now, currently, I also have a colander waiting for me over in the sink, a clean sink, and then once it comes out, it'll go into a glass bowl. Glass or wood bowl would be fine. Do not use metal if you can avoid it. The reason why you don't use metal is because it loses its heat a lot quicker. Metal's a great conductor of heat, and if you put it into, even a room temperature bowl, your food's going to lose its temperature still fairly quickly because it goes into the metal and out into the ether. So glass is a better insulator than... Hey, what's going on, Raven? Welcome to the live stream, my friend. Good to see you. All righty. So now we're going to add in right over here to a bowl off to the side. Outstanding. But we're not going to just set this back on here. Why? Because this is aluminum, and aluminum sucks for, as far it conducts heat fast, but that's also the problem because it'll warp. So we're going to set this off over here, out of the way. All right? Hit it with a little bit of cold water, not too much, just enough to kind of bring it down a little bit. There we go. All righty. It's good to see everybody tonight. Absolutely fantastic. All right, this is pretty well to enough of a boil. I'm pretty happy. So what I'm going to do from here is pop the top on our ziti and dump it on in. 1 full pound of ziti goes in. God damn it, I need to take the goddamn trash out anyhow. And we're going to give it a light stir. Now, some people would say, whenever you're doing a pound of pasta like this, you want to use an 8-quart stock pot or something that big. Some people don't have room to do an 8-quart stock pot. So I will say, use what you have available. And the pot that we have right now is like that. Okay? That's as simple as it gets. Something like this, just about anybody can afford. And use what you got, okay? I mean, some chefs, it's like, no, use what you got. Now, for spaghetti like this, you use the 8-quart stock pot because you need that extra height. Because how many times have you heard me say this? Don't do this to your spaghetti. Don't ever do that. If a natural Italian seen you do that, they would have a heart attack. I mean, for realsies, don't do it. All right. So currently, right now, we're just doing the our cut ziti, and there's a specific way that we do this. When we check for doneness, obviously it's not going to be done for a minute. okay? But we are going to watch it and watch it closely, all right? Now, when it comes to pastas, one of the big things that you will hear me complain about regularly is that people will lavish over the sauce and not the pasta. So that to me is worrying. It would be the same as worrying about the ketchup and burning the burger, okay? So don't do that. In this particular case, our pasta is the main important part. This over here is just the add-ons, okay? And pasta is great also for getting rid of leftovers, okay? It's amazing for getting rid of leftovers. If you got things that, you could add that in with like what we're doing here, perfect for it, okay? Now, really quick, if y'all were wondering what this looks like, bam! There you go. Check that out. So, alrighty. Really quick while we're waiting for our pasta to cook, one of my lady friends over at work. Now that is a great question, Pixie. That's a really good question. I can't tell you. Okay? What we're looking for is a particular texture, a certain type of doneness. So I won't give a cook time on the pasta. The reason being is because we're dealing with, if you will, there's a lot of factors to figure in. Okay? Number one, how is, basically, I've heard that one. We're not going to do that. If it sticks to the wall, they smash it under a table leg. No. It's a certain texture that we're looking for, a certain mouthfeel, what we call al dente. Okay? And what it is that when you bite into it, it's not necessarily mush. There's still just enough for the teeth to get a hold of, but at the same time, there's no crunch whatsoever. And that's exactly what we're looking for. All right? So I won't give a cook time because how was it packaged? Where did the durum wheat come from? The shape of the pasta. Shoot, even the elevation of where you live. I live on the second story, so it would actually take more time at this elevation than it would in the apartment underneath me. And that's yeah. That's funny. So there's a lot of factors to actually figure in. So because of that reason alone, I don't give a cook time on. And there's also the fact, yeah. And then there's also the fact that we're using an electric stove. An electric stove does take more time than, say, a gas stove. So there's a lot of factors to figure in. And that's just kind of how it is. Alrighty. Alrighty. I can tell you that we're, just by looking at it, we're getting in the ballpark. Okay. Still just a little too much crunch for my liking, but we're very close in that ballpark area. And that's how we do it. We taste it, okay? That's the best way to tell. You just get one out. Yeah, it's going to burn a little bit, but be quick about it. And you taste it. That's the best way to really do it. But because this is also a tube-shaped pasta, be extra careful. Make sure you get the water out of the inside before you bite into it, or otherwise it's really going to hurt. So be careful. Don't want to burn the tongue. Alrighty. So, at this stage of the game, we're just waiting a few extra minutes. Now, what I'm probably going to do at this point is kill the heat. Let residual take it in, okay? And we'll know it. And Perfect. We need to stop this right where it is. Be very careful. This is a good time. If you're not careful, you could easily burn yourself. And unless you plan to refrigerate this right away, don't bother rinsing it. Because we're going to need that loose starch here in just a moment. Perfect. Perfectly done. And it's still good and warm. We're going to add in our veggies now. Smells amazing. Yes, you did. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Pixie. It's been very hard for me. You know, a lot of you know. But I'm getting by. I'm getting by. All right. So we've got our veggies in now, our garlic oil. And this has actual garlic in it. How do you make garlic oil? Well, that's easy. What you do is you take regular olive oil and lightly fry up about 6 cloves of garlic in it. Yeah. Some days I believe you on that. Some days I don't quite feel that way. But it's been hard. But y'all been getting me through this. All righty. Absolutely. Absolutely. All righty. Now we've got garlic in there, the garlic oil. We've got our um, we've got our yellow peppers. We've got a little bit of dried cilantro. This is ready. It's perfect. I'm hungry. And you guys are going to love this. Okay? Shit, fuck. All right, there we go. I have to keep reminding myself not to get a second bowl. That's the hard part. I'm so used to cooking for somebody else. However, and I enjoy cooking for, you know, this is the first time that I've cooked for me in a live stream. There we go. Grab a fork. Oh, there is something we forgot. Fresh, ground, black pepper. A lot of it. I should have picked some up. I usually do freshly grated Parmesan cheese, but I forgot to go stop by the store on the way home from work. But yes, normally I would. A little bit of imitation. bacon bits, which is nice every once in a while because I didn't have to make them. And I'll let y'all see. Ta-da! Doesn't look bad, does it? All righty. Now that, one heck of a meal. Oh my goodness. That tastes wonderful. Simple, easy recipe. You would twist my arm, because there's enough here to probably feed 4 people. Easily. $15. $15 is what this meal would cost. And there's enough here to probably feed 4 people. Not bad, huh? It would have been better if I'd have had the freshly grated Parmesan cheese, but this still turned out nice. And everything that I just put in this is not bad for you. It's actually somewhat healthy. So, in essence, I'm eating healthy. It didn't cost that much. And it can feed up to a family of 4. I got I got food taken care of for tomorrow while I'm off duty from work. I got food taken care of. Unless any of y'all are coming over, food's right there. Bowls are up in the cabinet. Make yourself at home. Right? And see, because of the yellow peppers and doing that sweat that we did earlier in the stream, what that actually did was concentrate the flavors. So it made it basically taste more like yellow peppers. We drove off the moisture. So it made the flavor stronger. Now you'll see me do that whenever I'm, say, taking something like that and turning it and using it for like sauces and things like that. And the reason why is, again, we want to add more flavor. So a sweat is a simple way to do it. Pasta, easy. We've done pasta a million times on this channel. The olive oil thing, we've done that a million times. But you know what? I know a lot of you enjoy seeing the cooking happen. We might look into do some other stuff. Get back into cooking. Because to be honest with y'all, I do enjoy cooking. I'm not really a big fan of cooking for myself. And y'all give me, by me streaming it, you guys are forcing me to get back into taking care of me a little bit better. So there you have it. So I blame you all right now for me eating actually pretty decent tonight. That, and, as I thought about this, for a lot of you out there, truth be told, I know a lot of y'all have been worried about my well-being. Well, for a lot of you, I know this has been a nightmare watching me go through this. But here we are. We're, as the as the series suggests, we're picking up the pieces. We're not, I still love my wife. If she came in that door right now, I'd be hard pressed to ever trust her again. She walked out that door causing as much damage as she possibly could. She'll say she didn't, and that sort of thing, but she did. Okay? Along with that, She's gone out of her way to say that I'm an abusive husband. Folks, if there's any truth, anything that I've tried to do is I've tried to be the best possible husband I can be. Doesn't mean I've always come through. I've I've failed in a few areas. You know, I've dropped the ball a few times. That's just part of being human. But at least I've been honest about it. Okay? You know, Princess Faye wants to blame every problem that we have in the marriage on me. It's easier for her that way. But that's usually something that you'll get out of a drug addict. Narcissistic behavior. And since I've been honest about it, been real, I guess if I'm still saying, hey, I'm not perfect in this whole mess, but at least I'm trying, I guess I'm doing all right. So here we are. I'm getting ready to sit down and enjoy an actual meal. I don't do this very often anymore. Again, been better if I also had red peppers to throw in it, but the yellow ones were on sale, so I bought a bunch. I've got a few more left in the fridge. I might have to pickle those. That'd be all right. Do sweet pickles out of them. We haven't done a pickling episode in a while. Y'all want to see that pickling episode? Oh, absolutely. But on bagels, what I like to do is make a lemon curd and then cut strawberries up and then put them on the bagel with, lemon curd and then put it on the bagel. Oh, makes my blood sugar go up thinking about it, but it's so good. It's so good. Mm. So what do y'all think? Good stuff? I think so. I'm gonna eat on this all probably for a good while tonight. So if y'all hungry, front door's open. Go ahead and make yourself at home. Grab a bowl and a fork and get what help yourself. Right there on the counter. But maybe the day will come when we'll be able to start up the romance series again. But for right now, this is what we got. I think it's all right, you know. But in the meantime, you know, at least y'all are keeping me honest and taking care of myself, and taking care of me. So, did y'all have fun? Did y'all enjoy this stream? Fantastic. Again, if y'all don't know, Pixie Dust is actually from TikTok. Get over there and check her out. Does amazing stuff. Has a wonderful family, beautiful children. Beautiful family. Beautiful family. Um, Son's a handsome looking young man. Daughter's just she's gonna break a lot of hearts. She's gonna break a lot of hearts. And you know, just wonderful. Get over there, check her out. And coming up on where you'll be able to do live streams over on TikTok soon. I was looking at that. Yes, indeedy. Told her about the car. Yep. I love me. Matter of fact, give you an idea. Right here is the background for my screen. I am not a Ford guy, but I love Mavericks. Love Mavericks. But I'm not a Ford fan. Just not. My favorite car company is Oldsmobile, actually. Oldsmobile. But right behind Oldsmobile is Chevrolet. But I would take an Oldsmobile over a Chevy, even though they're kind of the same car company. But I like my Oldsmobiles more. So it has been, yep, 442. Actually, I am more of a fan of the uh, Olds Deltas and the Olds Dynamics. Oh my gosh, hot pink. Yeah, yeah. I remember you telling me about that. I'm like, oh my God, not the Prius, not the Prius. We Something like that. You'd almost have to gut it. I will do that. I will do that, Ian. I will do a quick reset and everything before we go back. The Buick Riviera. I am not a huge fan of Buick, but they did make a lot of good-looking cars. The Riviera is one of them. Uh, I'm just not a big fan of Buick engines. They're kind of the weird one, the weird one in the group. I'm just not a fan of them. Nothing against them. I'm just not a fan of them. But the Riviera is a good looking car. Buick Skylark. Oh man, the Regal. Mm, good looking vehicle. Mm. Oh my gosh, the Oldsmobile Tornado. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the Tornado. Yeah, the Tornado was a front wheel drive, but the engine was laid. Yeah, yeah, I would love to. Yes, I just need to edit it. It's on the camera, ready to go. I just got to edit it. Got to chop it up and edit it. But yes, I did get video footage. It's just got to be edited down because there's a lot of where I accidentally knocked the camera over, and yeah, it got weird. It got weird, but we got it done, and the car runs a lot better. So, all right, folks, it's been a great stream. I'm gonna finish eating, and I'm gonna be over on Spirit Wolf Ian's channel doing another round of Fortnite. I don't know what. Are you live streaming it, or are we just running? Ah. Okay. Well, then what we will do, Spirit Wolf Ian, grab that link, and drop it in to the live stream if you would so kindly. We're going to stay here until you do. That way, everybody can get over there and see us live. We might even see Cinnamon join the Fortnite live stream. Oh my gosh, this is good stuff. Mm. There you go. We'll be live shortly after this, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. As much fun as you can have with your clothes on. All right, folks. That brings us to a great stopping point. It's been a long time since we've said this after a cooking live stream. Um, get out there and work on a project. I don't care what it is. Just do something with yourselves. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind go together like oil and water. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet and do something special for them today. And as always, for all of you out there, if no one out there has told you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.